In early March, Paws received a desperate phone call from the staff at Tipton County Animal Control. A former rescuer had fallen on hard times and had abandoned her house and 25 dogs with no food or water. The Tipton County shelter was already over capacity and had no place to put the orphan dogs, and time was of the essence. Over the next 48 hours, a massive rescue effort was engineered as Paws frantically worked around the clock to make room for the abandoned dogs. The first reports from our volunteers on the ground were very concerning. Many of the dogs were sick, dehydrated, and malnourished. A large number were heartworm positive, and few were spayed or neutered. Many were so severely matted that they had skin infections and eye problems from the lack of basic care. As the dogs emerged from the shelter, some were confused and terrified, while others immediately realized that they were safe and gratefully jumped into the cars of their rescuers. Volunteers promised each dog that they would never find themselves orphaned again, and that there was an adoptive family for each and every one of them. Adoptive families who would treasure them and treat them with the love and dignity they deserved. When the dogs arrived to the sanctuary, all of them seemed to exhale. There was food, there was water, and there were people with gentle embraces and kind words. Daisy Mae and Sophie were profoundly dehydrated and required IV fluids. They made quick recoveries thanks to their amazing foster homes. Daisy Mae has been adopted, and Sophie is still looking for her forever home. Cullum is a gorgeous Catahoula who has muscle twitches from surviving a virus as a puppy that caused him to have permanent neurologic damage. Cullum functions perfectly, but we know that his mild handicap will make families less interested in adopting him. We hope you might consider being his hero. Ben's fur was so matted that he could not even close his eyes all the way. Because of that, he needs daily eye drops, but he doesn't let that slow him down. Ben's hip was likely broken without any medical care because it's deformed now, but he would love nothing more than to be a lapdog in a quiet home. Monty was so malnourished when we got him that his ribs protruded. Thankfully, he immediately put on weight and is thriving. He is waiting patiently for a foster or adoptive home in New England. Chance is also thriving at the sanctuary and is awaiting his chance to come to a New England foster or adoptive home. Trooper came to us heartworm positive, dehydrated, and with a very uncomfortable eye infection. He came back to life at the sanctuary and has already been adopted by a family who met him there and fell in love. We know he will enjoy a wonderful life. Faith and her puppy Hope broke our hearts. They were not part of the hoarding case, but when volunteers went to Tipton to pull the other dogs, they could not leave this mother who was cowering over her puppy protectively and convulsing with fear. Faith is terrified of humans and has obviously been severely beaten and abused. We are working slowly with her to teach her that her days of trauma are over, and we will never let anything happen to her ever again. Her puppy Hope has demonstrated the resilience of youth. She is a happy, energetic, playful pup in need of a wonderful foster or adoptive home, where she will never have to endure what her mother went through. Sophie is an older poodle who is blind and had to undergo surgery to remove cancerous lesions of the mammary glands. She is in need of a retirement home where she can spend the rest of her life comfortable, warm, and loved. Could you be Sophie's hero? There are so many stories that have come out of that early March phone call for help, and now we are appealing to you. Please consider taking one of these very special animals into your home to adopt or foster. They have been so cruelly treated by humanity and deserve nothing but the very best. If you can't foster or adopt, please consider making a donation to Paws New England to assist in the care of these animals. The medical expenses from this case alone were double what we expected. To make a donation or learn more about any of these incredible dogs, please visit www.paws.org. www.pawsnewengland.com, and thank you, as always, for your help and support.